Yeah, it's not like it was Russell Wilson. I'm thinking if it was Russell Wilson, it'd be maybe a little bit different story.
Well, we know Russell Wilson didn't get any of that wop, wop, wop before marriage, right? He was one of those.
He's married to Sierra.
Right, but before, he was celibate or abstinent.
Was he? I wasn't.
That was like one of his, he's I think he's a man of God, certainly is a
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't get his pee-pee wet with the fucking supermodel. Cerny, have you ever bought a car without test driving?
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
Well, I would say Cerny and I that was one of the first times that we've gone that long doing a show before the show. To peel back the curtain, the Chip and Cern Show curtain for all the Cerny sluts and the chipmunks out there. When we get on, we got a little catching up to do first. How's the kids? How's the family? How's X? How's Y? But then the ball just started rolling, and we're jiving and we're jiving, we're hemming and we're hawing, and before we know it, we're doing the fucking podcast before the podcast.
There was no tapes. It wasn't live.
Oh, I feel like yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, what we were talking about is the new NFL COVID. What I guess it'd be considered a COVID violation policy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the.
So Cerny was educating me on some of the COVID stuff that's been happening, and at the time of recording, the undefeated Seattle Seahawks cut someone early on in their season, one of their earlier draft picks.
It was in the training camp. I can't do his name. I'm not very good. It's like Kima Servand.
Huh.
So he was. This was when they were in the training camp. They had the bubble.
Yeah.
And he was caught on videos sneaking a female visitor into the hotel.
Uh-oh.
Dressed her up like a Seahawks player and snuck her into his room. Caught and cut.
Well,
cut
for some of that wet ass pussy, to be honest.
Some wop.
Now, how do you think that meeting went the next morning? Oh man, who's it? Pete? Coach Pete, what's up, man? What's up?
Am I on the A team? Am I starting?
Did I get it? He goes, "Did you fuck Russell Wilson last night?" What? No. Then why the fuck was he going to your room at 11 o'clock? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that'd be better if it was like a jersey she brought at the pro shop.
It's got the fucking tag on it.
Yeah, the tag hanging out like it's a hat.
What would be her best bet to sneak in would probably be like a Kickers jersey, right?
It would have to be because
there's fucking Jason Elam jersey up there. They can maybe like a Cooperstown collection or something.
I think I'm looking at this girl. Reference. She's not like an old lineman or anything. She's pretty small, so I don't know.
I mean, was she wearing a jersey like, how your wife would wear it in like one of those boudoir photo shoots?
Yeah,
very naughty.
I didn't see I'm just looking at her.
Oh.
It would be funny if she put the foam muscle outfit on.
Oh yeah, the fat suit. That would have been hilarious. And then what if she got some cleats and is like gluing fucking grass and dirt onto him and shit? Like she's like, oh, she just came from practice.
full like the helmet on and everything.
She's got the fucking Oakley face visor.
She's reading defenses. She has the playbook.
Yeah, she's now the question, Cerny, that we need to know is, are they still together? Or is that just a one night thing?
Oh man.
That's what the world's wondering.
Can you imagine if he'd have made it, what kind of money he just threw away? That's crazy.
Now, the only thing is there the possibility, and I'm not accusing the Seahawks of this, obviously, a fine franchise and organization like the Seattle Seahawks, is there a little bit that this can kind of just be a little bit of a publicity stunt? Like, cut him, but they still kind of have the rights on him for a little bit longer, and they know they're just going to offer him, but they're like, you need to learn your fucking lesson.
Let me see if he's... what is that guy say?
But would they like risk their season to teach one player a lesson? Or
he's a rookie, so
you better learn it now.
Yeah, it's not like it was Russell Wilson. I think if it was Russell Wilson, it'd be maybe a little bit different story.
Well, we know Russell Wilson didn't get any of that wop 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 before marriage, right? He was one of those.
He's married to Sierra,
right? But before, he was celibate or abstinent.
Was he? I wasn't.
That was like one of his. He's I think he's a man of God. Certainly is a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't get his pee wet with the fucking supermodel. Cerny, have you ever bought a car without test driving?
No.
Yeah.
No, you gotta take it around the block.
You gotta just see how it handles. There's stuff. There's things that kind of work themselves out after a ride or two. Or 10 or 150, that would be a lease, I guess.
I don't know where he's.
Or did some other person pick him up, or?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It says they cut him, and he apologized. Said he apologizes for his behavior. This is on August 24th. So that was about the last thing I saw of him. I mean, he has some Twitter where he's working out on. But I don't see him
any TikToks. Or...
I don't see Coach Pete next to him giving him.
Coach Pete's not. The Seahawks did call up that. Who was that twin?
Yeah,
those Griffin. Yes, and one of them doesn't have his hand, like one of his hands.
Yeah, he's the Seahawks guy. Yeah,
he's a beast though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a beast, but he just came up.
We talked about. I think we talked about him before. There's these people at work where they were talking like. Someone was like, "Did you see how fast he was?" Dude. And he only has one hand, and I was like, "He doesn't run on his hands." So oh, fuck. What kind of statement is that?
Come on. If anything, it might make him more aerodynamic.
Yeah, he
seriously,
was like, though. I couldn't. I was like, he doesn't use his hands to run.
Now if he had
if he ran like a 4.4 with one leg, I'd be like, "Holy shit!" But
no spatula though. Can he have the spatula?
Like the Blade Runner?
Yeah, the Blade Runner look. That would be. Now, with those type of legs, the prosthetics, can you, you wouldn't just wear that to, Whole Foods to get some groceries, right? You have, a walking around?
For the funny, I would be doing it.
But hold on, is that leg, is that like owning a Lamborghini car? And you don't drive that you don't,
true.
So you kind of drive, there's is there the Toyota, the
what would
Kia?
That sound like it's like quiet Whole Foods, like, shing, shing, like a store, shing.
You would, ding, 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 going along. Dude, he could kick shit open. He'd go up to the chips and just go, hi-ya, and the fucking popcorn would spill out and stuff.
Yes.
Man, but that's a high performance leg. I don't know if you could really take it around for a spin too often.
Yeah, I wonder how expensive those things are.
Yeah.
Is he in jail? No, he was acquitted, wasn't he?
Really?
I can't remember. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Something Pissarius or something like that, right?
Yeah. South Africa, right?
That,
was it South Africa?
Brazil. I just remember his kit being gold and green. When they would show a picture of him running or whatever.
Yeah.
That was his uniform. So it could have been Jamaica, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that has to be. Let me take a look. I think it was Blade Runner. I think it was South Africa, but let me.
Now, Cerny, I know we don't really consider ourselves like a news program.
What?
But we like to have fun and all sorts of stuff. But there was some rather significant things taking place.
South Africa, by the way.
This past week, is he in jail?
Let me get to that. He was arrested and charged.
Oh.
He's only a year older than us. Wow.
Really? Does he have? He doesn't have a podcast, so we have that going for us.
So his prison term in July 2015. Oscar Pistorius was recommended.
Time
So it
served
looks
or
like-
something.
He's on house arrest.
Oh, which is
announced
probably
on-
super fucking chill in South Africa.
Well, I'm sure he has like a palatial mansion too. I think. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing.
Easiest prison sentence known to man. If I get sentenced to prison, if I get house arrest, it'd be sweet. I mean, we're basically serving that right now. So.
And Your Honor, may I get time served, please? I'd like to be a free man.
Rolling back to March of 2020, that'd be great. Thanks.
I have mortgages and all sorts of stuff like that. But anyway, so
Let's get positive here.
let's get positive. So we're not a news program, but I think it is pretty newsworthy, or it's worth us talking about.
This is
That the President Trump POTUS has tested positive for COVID-19.
for COVID.
For the COVID.
It's running like wildfire.
It's going crazy around there. But a moment of silence. So that is our that might be the new Chip and CERN show. Now they're
Intro song?
Intro song, potentially.
It's like it's like astronomia or astronema or something like that. I can't remember the actual name of the song.
Oh, dude, I just searched coffin dance and it's like all over the place. And there's millions of videos about the fucking song. It doesn't even, it's just like, someone's like, oh, it's a song, but then only the bass. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, now not even a few days before the announcement that the president got the positive for COVID, he debated Joe Biden and probably, I mean, they'll say this is one of the worst debate ever. The presidential, ever. I mean, there's no, I think it was like one of the most childish performances I've ever seen.
I didn't watch it. I just knew it was like when this like shit show was trending. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, you knew it was bad. And then during that debate, Trump mocked Joe Biden for wearing such a huge mask.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he's got a bigger and bigger mask, which sounds like a fucking Mel Brooks bit or something.
Yeah.
Like
he's like covers his fucking face.
Your cowboy hat keeps getting bigger and bigger every scene until
each scene.
Yeah.
Smash cut.
And then, sure as shit, in one of the greatest fucking justice served, told you so, take that motherfucker moments in history, the president himself can test positive for this disease that has already killed over 200,000 Americans.
Apparently, he feels better than he did when he was 20. So,
well, I think Herman Cain probably thought the same thing at some point. But
what happened to him? Oh,
Cerny.
Rip.
Do I need to restart the song? The coffin song? And I mean, the whole pomp and circumstance and the sort of like, it's just the craziest thing ever that's happened. I mean, this year is so fucked to begin with.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't this happen?
I know. Oh, I know. And then with Chris Christie.
Oh, well, and he was quoted at some point kind of in the early on of this pandemic. Didn't you hear that he said people just need to come with grips that they're going to die or be prepared for death. Yet he's like, fly me to the fucking hospital as quickly as possible and give me whatever cocktail, experimental cocktail.
Now, is that coming out of his pocket or?
No, I think the Garden State taxpayers of the fine people of New Jersey have probably supported that.
But socialism isn't,
for the rich only, Cerny. You know that, right?
Okay. I do.
So Trump, I mean, he took a couple photos that they posed of him, and he said he was working still like in treatment. And he has no mask on, but he's actually just like everyone zoomed in and did this analysis. These two photos that were supposed to be hours apart were actually 10 minutes apart because they analyzed like the fucking information about the photograph that the card comes on there, and the SD card or whatever, and he was also signing a blank sheet of paper with the He was holding a Sharpie, and it was just a white sheet of paper, so it wasn't even anything. And they're like, hard at work for America or something. It's just,
it's foolish.
He's so desperate to.
It's even more foolish to people that believe it's like, oh no, did you see it? He's fine. Okay, you don't have to worry about it.
And then yesterday came out the video of him walking up to the White House. He is actively contagious of the pandemic that's killed 200,000 people. He takes his mask off in front of all the reporters and gives his, two thumbs up kind of thing. Did you see that video, Cerny?
No.
He's breathing and he is so short of breath. It's being memed very hard right now. I will send you about 10 great ones that I've got.
Is that where he's like going to barf or something? Like everyone's like,
yeah. Where you hit the pregame too hard and he's like,
yeah, I did.
And there's people in the comments that are like, I'm a doctor, and he's immediately going on oxygen the second he gets inside. Like, that's how bad that is. But, I mean, it is just the craziest thing. And he's riding in cars, making his Secret Service people drive him around so he can wave at people standing outside the hospital. Are you fucking serious?
It's fucking crazy.
Oh. So
it's just even crazier than everyone that buys it. Like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now, I mean, there's ripe conspiracy theories, like plotting this whole thing was potentially planned because during that debate where he was mocking Biden, he failed to condemn white supremacy.
Right. That's right.
And as you should, you took.
I mean,
a lot
Chris
of
Wallace served it onto a tee, just like just right there. Come on.
Just literally, it's like what they tell you when you're doing your wedding vows. They keep it short and sweet. It's like, I will love you forever. I will love you, like 3 words at a time. He was like trying to feed it to drop. Here you go, on a fucking spoon, and here comes the airplane. Stand by and stand down and stand by, which to me sounds more like an order to be ready.
So I did see something earlier that gay Twitter has taken over the Proud Boys.
Oh, I have been seeing this, and I can't like these posts enough on Instagram.
So to be honest, originally when I first saw something about the Proud Boys, I thought they were.
You just thought it was a gay group?
Yeah, I thought it was. I was like,
it sounds like such a.
Yeah, and I was like, that's odd. He has like a gay following. What the fuck? That's kind of like your anti. Yeah, I was like, okay, and then I read into it. I was like, wow, these guys really don't know. Maybe they're not really in touch with what they're
pop culture. Goose egg on that one. Sorry.
Because I read it, I was like, oh, so they're not. They're just, I guess, proud to be Americans. I guess I don't know what they're doing. I said, but
I don't know.
They're. Someone might need to tap them on the shoulder and whisper in their ear what's.
Yeah. Hey, did you also know that this very sounds? Yeah. Okay. So that was hilarious and amazing, and I think actually George Takei, oh my,
yes,
oh my,
oh my,
he was the one who sort of kickstarted this idea.
Yes, I did.
Which
see
I
that.
thought was great.
It was
amazing, and yeah, it was a lot of. It was cool to see everyone's kind of story and stuff on there, and then it was like, oh, within 24 hours, and like. We just like hijacked the hashtag, so your shit's all fucked up now. They just like talk about the ultimate troll.
It's like K-pop, hijacking.
Oh yeah, or the TikTok thing. So, man, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so there is. I wonder what Trump is going to do for the next debate because it's coming up. There's the VP debate, which Mike Pence is going to take a fucking beating.
Yeah,
I mean,
they can, and then what they're going to do is Trump's going to be, if he's still alive at that point in time, he'll be.
That's true. We can't speak with certainty.
He'll be tweeting viciously about how nasty or something. He uses those words.
Yeah, he has certain words that he uses for women. Very derogatory words to try to put them in their place as he would see it.
Yes.
But when in fact he's actually the one who should be put in place.
Yes.
But anyway,
I agree.
I don't think. Did you see he had a couple photos that came out? He looked a little on the pasty side. I think
Disheveled. Yes.
Yeah, he unkempt. He missed a few of the tanning sessions, or he couldn't get his like cream applied. They kind of died down a little bit. Could you imagine? I don't know. I had this thought today. I was like swimming, and I'm like, could you imagine if somehow a nurse like snuck a photo of like Trump all like in a hospital bed, all hooked up to IVs and shit? Like,
and leaked it.
How much you could sell that? Like, how fucking crazy that would be.
That person would be able to retire.
Or she would get fucking killed, dude. Would they take her out? As soon as they found out, it would be... actually, once it's out there,
worth the
why
gamble?
would you kill her? Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, it worked for them with Kennedy, so, why not try it again?
That would be an American hero.
Yeah, and speaking of the new American hero, Cerny, Kellyanne Conway's daughter, her teenage daughter, have you heard about all this stuff?
Yeah, yes.
She's on our favorite TikTok, talking some mad fucking shit on Mama, who she's trying to get emancipated from.
That's right. Fucking broke the news that Mama had COVID too, I believe.
Yeah, she did, and she was on TikTok like, my mom's walking around here coughing. She says it's only the flu, but I ain't buying this shit or something. And then, unfortunately, the rest of the house contracted it, including her husband. And she also came out and said Trump is not doing well as they say. Like, obviously, the White House, and we're like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of distrust going around.
There is. It's almost like it's like when he visited with Kim Jong-un. He took some notes. Like, so you could just tell him, okay. Let me write this down. Yeah. Okay.
So the bombs, we're going to drop those here. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you just say this into this pen real quick so we can, just a little more clear?
So when you tell your people what's going on, you can just make it up? Okay, hold on. Okay. I'll just make that note for later? Okay. No.
Constant yeah. Wait,
So you said you bowled a 300. Okay,
Oh.
So I could... maybe I shot an 18 in golf.
An 18? He wouldn't even give himself a couple birdies. That's pretty funny. Wait, you have 2 Big Macs and a filet-o fish? Nah, now you're thinking. Let me jot this. What flavor McFlurry do you think Trump is? Because we know he's not fucking passing a McFlurry out.
He's probably like Oreo.
He could be that, or I don't think if this candy is here, I won't touch it. It's a non-negotiable, but it's a kind of a mainstream candy.
Okay.
And it's just plain M&Ms. I'm out. Like, no thanks.
I don't love peanut M&Ms. I'm all over.
I'm all in. I'm all in, Cerny. We're not talking. We know this. We know this about each other.
Yes.
We're all in. But something about the regular ones. So I could see him just liking, it's like the chocolate's not great, the candy shell's not great. I could see him just liking that and thinking that that's the most decadent fucking thing for some reason.
That's his creme brulee.
Yeah. He's also, because he's a man who's also pleased by like a Cheeto dusty looking spray tan that he thinks looks genuine.
So with the weird hair.
I would love, do you think it's like is it a glue job or what do you think's up with that?
I mean, he pays, $70,000 a year for it? It's got to be a glue job.
Or he's just getting new stuff implanted all the time? Or it's just a really good piece?
It's got to be a piece. Oh, well, $70K a year. What do you think?
I think a lot of that's for, like, coloring. Because, I mean, it would be easy for us to shit on our wives like, oh, $300 for a fucking... But a legitimate, like, if you want it nice, I think it is like $200, right?
Yeah, it's expensive.
So if he's doing that 2-3 times a week for a year, that would, So let's say you go three times a week for a month. That's 12. 144 times 200. I can't figure that out.
That's 28K. 29,000.
So he's got to be going every day of the week. Or he's paying more than 200. One of those two. We need to increase.
Oh, you know what? It's in New York. So does New York have like, the $80
Let's just double
and shit?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're almost there. And then instead of 400, sometimes it's 500 because he gets a haircut. And that's okay. That's the math to get there.
Maybe like
I don't think anyone's done this sort of investigative
maybe he gets
journalism.
a Bob Kraft special, maybe a little rub a tug for an extra.
Oh, you know what? That makes a lot. He's good friends with that cat, right?
Oh yeah.
There we go. Is he still the current owner of the Patriots?
Yeah, he is.
As we bring it full circle to the start of the show with talking again about Cam Newton's COVID.
Man, you know what? I like Cam Newton. I mean, not as a Patriot because I hate the Patriots, but I always like Cam Newton. He always is kind of,
he's kind of the underdog. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I feel you on that.
I mean, he's good. He likes to talk his shit, but I mean, fucking so does Tom Brady, and everyone's like, man, the GOAT,
right?
So it's like, come on.
And you don't make it. I was watching the Last Dance, the Michael Jordan thing. Have you seen that one on Netflix?
No.
It's so fucking good. You got to watch it, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, it's really fucking good. But they're interviewing Jordan and whatever, and then they they're interviewing everybody, fucking Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Kukoc, all those fucking guys, Steve Kerr. And the first time the Bulls played the Lakers, so Magic Johnson versus Michael Jordan, I think that I'm thinking of this right, but Magic Johnson was like, he said, that was the first time that I've ever realized I wasn't the best person playing basketball on the court.
Wow.
I'm like, that's a fucking statement. And if that isn't your mindset 100% of the time, you can't make it pro. Like, you can't be at Cam Newton's level without thinking like that.
Exactly. Because, you gotta have some cockiness. I mean, look at going to baseball. Look at Trevor Bauer. That guy's cocky as shit, but
he is. And he's been backing it up this year.
Yeah, has been.
So
he's a free agent too.
Yeah, man. Well, the baseball playoffs are heating up.
But I'm loving it.
I'm really digging this year. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really digging it.
Now, next year, do they need 16 teams? I'm going to say no. But maybe 12.
Sure.
I mean, I'll be okay with that. Because, I mean, there was some whining about, some teams that are under 500 making it.
I mean, that's fair criticism.
I get it, where it's like, hey, you're the class of your league. You won like 100 games, and you gotta go to a fucking wild card game. You should at least get a bye, And I said,
that's a good point.
Like, get that.
If you win 100 baseball games in a year, you deserve to get a free pass on round one.
Yeah,
you earned it. You earned it, right?
Yeah. Everyone else who had to scratch and claw to get there, let them, find it out.
Now. I'm not totally convinced that we need 162 games. What do you think we're cool with?
Oh, should we scale it back to
130 maybe?
Mickey Mantle days? Yeah, it was like 130 or something before.
Because I think it's very strange that they're like, oh yeah, literally before the All-Star break, Derek Lee will hit like shit. But then after the All-Star break, like, oh, it only took him 75 games and he's warmed up. And he's ready to go, and he fucking goes on a tear, right? And he just
right on in.
Yeah, and then he finishes the season like MVP race kind of thing. Like I don't feel like that should. I don't know why that name came out of my mouth, but
like 1998, Marlins Derek Lee.
But he had he was a good second half player, right? If I'm remembering that correctly,
he was always good.
I thought he was. Yeah,
he was always. I thought
he was really good. I would not want to be pitching into that full. He's a big fucking dude. He was a big fucking guy.
There are some guys out there. I was looking. They're out now, but the Twins, Sano, he's fucking huge. He's like their first baseman.
He's big too, right? Like
it looks like he could take like a fucking
Tony Gwynn
shotgun shell to the chest and be like, "Oh, shake it off."
He does. He's a big guy. What's his stats?
He's got to be. I think he's like 6'5".
Dude, what's up with the fucking Twins? Like, we can't even win a baseball game. baseball game? Come on.
No postseason.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And I like how the A's currently, as of recording, so the A's they passed the first round, but the first 2 games in the second round against your division rival, Goose Egg.
Oh, that's no good. The Goose Egg's not a good look. The Reds know about that, but
they've had the first game. I don't know if did you watch any of it yesterday? Like they went up like 3-0, and then they gave up like a home run, then a 2-run homer or some shit, and then they went up again, and then the guy got 2 outs, and then Simeon, the shortstop, kicked the ball, and then it led to
fuck. I have Miguel Sano's stats, Cerny.
Okay.
6'4". What do you think he's coming in on the old scale?
They're gonna say 260, but I'm gonna add 20 pounds to that at least.
He has himself down as 272.
Gotta add 20 to that.
So he's got a panda situation going on, right? Like do you think he's pushing 3 bills? I bet he's 290.
Yeah, he's probably about 290.
That's a big fucking guy. I wouldn't want to sometimes if you're playing first, well, you're left-handed, but if you're a right-handed catcher, if you catch right-handed, you throw right-handed.
Yeah. Sometimes
a throw will take you into the base path.
Oh, yes.
And I wouldn't want to have that guy be like taken onto the base path, and you're running into like a side of a fucking car, essentially.
Yeah. And then you'll wake up a week later.
You still got the fucking Tweety birds going around your head.
Wake up a week later next to Trump. Walter Reed.
Yeah, just don't swap ventilators with that dude. I did feel with Trump. Now, I actually didn't. I don't want him to die. But I do think he should take a couple rips on the ventilator. No. Like maybe for like 6 hours. Like have him really go through some shit.
Really make him think about it.
I want a little bit. Like I just want his mindset adjusted just a stitch, just a little bit, just to where he goes, okay, I'm gonna come out and I think I'm gonna listen to what Fauci says.
Yeah, Mr. Fauci.
Fauci. Sorry, thank you, Cerny. Do you think he fucking rolled into work the next day, like kicked the door open, like, oh yeah, I told you motherfuckers.
Finger guns.
Who's a smart guy now? With this fucking, he has like 10 masks on and shit.
Where's Rand Paul? Get him on the horn.
Hey, buddy. Oh shit, here comes your neighbor. What? No, you can't say that. That's the second. That's like the third time in as many episodes that reference has been made.
I know. Wow.
Paul's neighbor. Yeah. Well. Anyway, I mean, there's so much going on in the world. We had to sort of address it all.
We did. We had baseball, some football, some politics, some COVID, some TikTok. I mean, fuck.
TikTok new, whistleblower of the century as she's being touted. So that's
she's on the front line about it too.
Yeah, she really is, and unfortunately, hopefully she doesn't get seriously hurt or whatever. But Cerny, I was digging up some old stuff and I found a bunch of Chip and Cern Show stickers. Remember when we used to say, send us an email, we'll just fucking mail it to you.
That's right. We actually did that.
The offer has been erected. Re-erected. And it's just up.
It's erect.
It's erect. It's out there. It's stiff in the wind.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, what? I don't know.
I think I got some too.
Oh, Cerny has stickers as well. So you can tell. Oh, there we go. We have 2 different types. So if you go on the website, you'll see them there. But you can just email us. Cerny, where would they send that? Electronic
you can email us to at chipandcernshow@gmail.com. Or you can reach out to us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anything Chip and Cern Show.
Oh.
And I got both of them.
Those are looking
and
good.
We'll reach out. If you want some stickers, some free stickers, let us know. We'll mail them right over.
Yeah.
No charge. Just let us know. We'll send them over.
Free of charge. Let us know how many you want. And thanks for listening and all that shit, folks. Tell a friend, church going member. Well, Cerny, we always finish out with the solid advice. We were started this last week. We're doing it again. Go vote. Make sure that you're voting.
Right.
Have your voice be heard. If you are happy with what's happening and you want it to keep happening, you should vote. But maybe don't try as hard. But if you're very unhappy, like a lot of people in America, register. Make sure you know states are doing some fucking crazy ass shit right now, like they're moving the goalpost between the primary and the general election,
Yes,
the primary election. So they're really fucking with shit. So make sure you're on top of you got to be on your fucking A game this year.
A game. No,
A game.
no B game.
No B game.
Skip. Be better.
Wear your fucking mask. Wash your dick and pussy. And until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Sir.
Cheers.